Welcome to Pilates with AB. I have a super quick new core routine that you can do any time of the day or tack on to the end of a run. No props required, just yourself and a mat. And we'll start this one lying down flat on our backs, just getting those deep abdominals switched on. So from here, coming down onto your back, we'll start with a little stretch here. Arms nice and wide, knees bent. Just go for a little sway of your knees side to side. Getting a little bit of mobility through that lower back before we switch on those really deep abdominals to support you for the rest of the session. So from here, bringing those knees back to center position. Taking your hands just behind your head, elbows wide, float your knees to 90 degrees. From here, really heavy through your lower back, curl up and lift your shoulders. From here, start to extend your right arm and right leg, palm comes up and straight back to center. Right leg, right arm, palm up and straight back to center. So keeping your elbows wide, breath pattern here is exhale to lengthen, inhale to return. Exhale as you lengthen, inhale to return. So we're just warming up one side in particular here of the core. The other side is staying really stable, supportive, 90-degree angle at your left knee. You've got two more here. Last one. Straight to your other side. Left leg, left hand, extend and return. So your right leg, right elbows, nice and stable. Just your left arm, left leg, extend to bend. Extend to bend. Shoulders are lifted. Left palm coming up. 4 more here and we'll go for doubles. Nice and heavy through that lower back. Soft through your chin, wide through your elbows. Last one here, we'll go for doubles. So from here, double leg, double arm, palms up, exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend. Inhale back to center. So still actively keeping your shoulders lifted. You've got upper core here holding your shoulders up. Lower core nice and stable as you lengthen your legs long. 5 to go here. And 4. 3, see if you can get those shoulders a little higher. Get those legs a little lower. Very last one. And grab your knees into your chest. Quick little relax for your head and shoulders, little sway side to side. And coming all the way up and over into a full plank position. Palms underneath your shoulders. Take your feet hip width apart. And then glue your heels together so your toes are turned out. So it's sort of a frog press position here. Strong upper back, neck nice and long, knees nice and tight. From here, start to bend your knees, frog press position, bottom back to your heels. Straight back into your plank to pause. And then tap your knees straight down, frog tap. And snap your knees back together. Alternating here between one frog press, one frog tap, ankles tight. Just your knees really spanning out wide. Really good way to switch off the hip flexors and switch on your lower core is to have yourself in external rotation here. So nice and wide through the knees, nice and low through those hips. And we've got 4 more here in total. Making sure you squeeze your glutes as you come back to center. 3. A little bit more global here. You've got your shoulders, you've got your legs, you've got your core all working together. 1 more rep. Nice and low with your hips, nice and wide with your knees. Back to midline here, coming straight down onto your forearms. Keeping your heels glued together. From here, start to tap your knees and return. Tap your knees and return so your shoulders are stable. Hips are completely locked in place. Just little frog taps of your knees. Really getting into those lower core muscles. Slightly rounded through your upper back just to make sure you're not sinking between your shoulder blades. You've got another 15 seconds here. Making sure those ankles still nice and tight. Toes nice and wide. You have 10. Keeping that breath pattern steady. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. You have last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Just into a straight happy puppy here. Tailbone up, chest drops down. Releasing through your shoulders, and we're going to cruise straight on into some obliques. So onto your right side elbow. We're going to come into a side plank here, but get it set up so that your elbows directly under the shoulder, your feet are stacked. Your left arm will lift up towards the ceiling to get your core in alignment, so really lift up through those right side obliques. Left palm up, and then from here, take your fingertip to your temple, elbow stays tall. Tighten your knees, squeeze your glutes, lift up those right side ribs, and then straight into a little twist. We tap your left elbow down, return back to your start position, straight into a hip dip, and return. So we have one twist, elbow to hand, straight back up, hip dip, and return. So really getting into that whole right side panel. From your ribs down to your hips, one twist, one dip. And again, coming into one twist, and one dip. So tighten your knees so you don't have too much pressure in your shoulders. You want to activate through your lower plane here. Hips, glutes, pelvis all tight. So you can really get that oblique strength from your hips all the way up to your shoulder. You've got 3 to go. We'll flip straight on over onto our tailbone in 2. Very last one. Finishing your last one, just gently coming all the way down, right side oblique, nice and warm, coming into a seated position here, and just placing your hands next to your sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. From here, float your knees to boat pose position, and as you do so, soften your elbows, just hinge back, start to C-curve, really round through that tailbone, trying to get that posterior tilt to get those deep abdominals. And then from here, start to extend just your right leg, hinge back through your elbows, and then come back to your boat pose, switch sides. Extend your left leg, and back to boat pose. So lowering a single leg, and back to center. Lowering a single leg, and back to center. So dropping through your elbows, and then popping straight back up into your boat pose position. So this is a great one for runners. You've got your hip flexors, you've got your lower core, a little bit of tricep here as well. So definitely a nice global core exercise. Alternating one and then the other. We've got 2 more each side, and then we're gonna go for some doubles, just like in our warm-up. Last one each side. And then from here, straight into doubles. I'm gonna give you an advancement. Double leg extend and bend. You're welcome to lift off your palms and come for double leg here and pop straight back up. Double leg here, pop straight back up. Further advancement here is arm reach. As you extend, arms reach. As you bend, return. Reach to extend, bend to return. Now, if that's too much, feel free to keep your hands just next to your hips, always going for form as opposed to depth. You've got 3 more here. 2. And very last one, coming straight onto your back with your knees bent, little sway of your knees side to side. And just simply roll straight on over onto your left side. So your elbow again stacked directly underneath your shoulder. Your feet are stacked, knees are tight. Pushing up into your side plank position here for your left side obliques. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling first, just to really get that lift. Strong shoulders, strong hips, tight knees. From here, fingertip to your temple, elbow wide, we'll go for that twist. The elbow comes down to the hand, straight back to center to pause. Lower the hip and lift. So we go straight for a little rotation, back to center, lower the hip and lift. So you're getting a nice little twist. You're getting some lateral strength. But if you can really focus on that lower limb, squeezing the heels, the knees, the quads, the hips, you're not going to put quite as much pressure in your shoulder. So you'll be able to get that really nice linear line from that shoulder down to that hip, equal strength for that whole left side panel. And we've got 5 more here before we come straight onto our backs. 4 to go. See if you can get a little bit more lift through that left side rib and keep those knees nice and tight. 3 more. And 2. We'll finish this very last one and carefully lower all the way down onto our left hip. And from here, slowly back down, straight onto your back. And then coming into a nice little C position here with your knees nice and tight into your ribs. Tuck, curl, lift your shoulders off. So we're going nice and tight here with a little bit of mobility. Start to extend your right leg, keep a hold of your left knee. And switch. And switch, just gentle mobility to start with. And we're gonna get a little bit more strength as we layer on here. Left knee, followed by your right, followed by your left, and your right. So from here, take your hands behind your head. Keep that nice high march going. Exactly the same exercise, but without that grasp of your hands. So you've got to use your hip flexors, your core, static upper abdominals here as well, elbows wide. And the final stage here is we will add a twist. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and away you go. Right elbow, left knee, exactly the same range, same movement pattern here. We're just adding a little bit of thoracic rotation here. Really good for running, for that arm swing, for that spinal mobility, but you're still keeping your hips stable. You've still got your knee drive nice and high. Just pivoting here from left to right. Across from left to right, 15 seconds to go. Trying not to speed it up, keep it controlled, smooth, fluid. You have 9, 8, 7, 6, one little static hold coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, knees bent, reach your hands past your knees, lift your chest a little taller and hold here. Just turn your palms up. Turn your palms down. Last 20 seconds, turn your palms up, turn your palms down. Advancement, extend your legs, dish pose, continue with your palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. So after working pretty hard, just finish with a little isometric hold. It's really gonna get that strength endurance up for your core muscles. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Feet flat, let your arms go wide. Just go for a little sway of your knees from side to side. And just like that, you are all done. Perfect to add on to the end of a run or any time throughout the day. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed your session of Pilates with AB. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow the link below for more exercise snacks, mobility tips, and runner special sequences. Enjoy.